Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Real Fit Pros. I'm Mark Zalmanoff, your favorite friendly neighborhood fitness ninja. I tell you what, for those of you who do podcasts, every time you hit record on Zoom now, it has this little thing. It's like recording in progress, and it throws me off every damn time. I hate that thing. We need to figure out how to turn that off. I got my homie, my main man, Jonathan Loudermilk, with me today. How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, man. And I guarantee that little recording that Zoom plays now, there was a lawsuit somewhere that happened. Someone was recording someone they weren't supposed to.
You know damn good and well that's exactly what happened.
Absolutely. So someone
Before we get rolling on this, please subscribe, leave a 5-star review, share this with your friends, tag it on the gram, Fit Pro Bros, so other fitness professionals can find this damn thing. Because, I'll be honest, like, we've been out a pretty damn good show.
Yeah. Dude, we've got to be like episode 30, something like that.
We're close.
We're close. We're damn close.
We'll give some prizes out when we hit those milestones. So y'all leave reviews. Maybe we'll pull the prize people from the reviews.
Ooh, it's a damn good idea.
Yeah.
Damn good.
So y'all know we always start with story time, and John's got it's like an insider story for people who own gyms. Y'all are gonna love this one.
So if you're in the fitness business, you'll appreciate this. If you're a customer within the fitness business, you're going to get a little bit of an insider look what goes on behind the scenes. So let's rewind time back to a younger, less mature, less refined version of myself, where I was a fitness manager of this club in Tennessee. And, this was a club that was in a very small town, but it was a very loyal base, good old people, typical older demographic there. So the prime time in this location was like 9-10 a.m. It was popping. Like the busiest time in the club was during that time because most of the people were retired there, right? And then it hit 6 o'clock and everyone was gone because Matlock was on. That was my joke. Oh,
Matlock.
Like, man, I got to get home from Matlock. It's 6 o'clock, right? It's like a ghost town. Well, anyway, that has nothing to do with the story, but I'm just here painting the picture of the location I'm at. So as I'm getting done with doing my morning numbers, which, by the way, should always be doing your numbers, right? And I walk out of my office and I look into the operation manager's office, which had like a security camera set up. And there's cameras all over the location, for safety purposes and, legal purposes and all those good things. And I look in the office and I see about 7 staff members in there. There's like 2 or 3 trainers. The front desk person's like, I got to be in here. And then a couple other random people in there. So it caught my attention. I look and I'm like, guys, what are you doing in here? And I remember my trainer, Brent, pulled me and goes, dude, you got to get in here. You got to see this shit. I was like, oh, damn. So they're all looking at the computer screen, right, which is showing like the video recording. And one of those cameras overlooked the front door entrance. Now, before I tell you what it is that we were watching, it's important that you need to know how the layout was. So they had 2 double doors that you walked in to get into the gym, and then there's a front desk. And there was this awkward like glass pane that was right next to the door that was like almost see-through. Like you didn't even like, you could literally like look outside and it looked like you just walked through this. So if you can see where I'm going with this, I'm about to share with you what happened. So I'm watching the footage. And they're like, wait, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. And there's a lady who just got done with her workout. I actually saw her on the floor working out, right? She's doing the good old fashioned looking at her phone, probably doing text message, Facebook, whatever. And she just walks straight into the glass and just face plants into it and bounces off like a tennis ball. And everyone starts busting out laughing in the office and no one can see this. But the saddest part is after she bounced off that glass, like she looks around like, did anybody see that? and for her, no one was around other than maybe a couple people, but we're professional. We're not going to laugh at you as you do that. But you go in that operations office. The whole team was laughing as they were doing this. But the craziest thing is we would watch this happen multiple times a week. It's like how birds just run into the windows. Like, you ever go to one of those locations, Mark, where it's just historically birds just run into the glass window. This was like this at this gym. This happened at least 2 to 3 times a week. And there would always be a little highlight reel in the operations manager's office. Everyone would be laughing their asses off about that.
That's that's Instagram worthy right there. That's those gym fail pages.
Pretty much, so like, little insider look there. So if you are a client or just a gym member and you do that, the staff is definitely laughing at you as they're watching the footage. Definitely happening.
I love being in the gym where we'll have a client doing something and they're like, y'all just do this so you can laugh at us later. I'm like, yes, that's exactly
half of this is for our entertainment, just so you know.
One of my core values is entertainment, and that pertains a lot to me. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Anyway, so today it's just Jon and I, no guests today because we're special in our own right. We're going to talk about showing up for your business. So if you're a fit pro, really want you to pay attention to this one because it's something that I'm going to share a little bit about my experience in my career and something that I shared on Facebook the other day. And we'll kind of dive into this because, we're in a service-based industry, which means if we're not serving others, then we don't have a career. Like we don't have income. We're not making any money. Nothing's happening. At the same time, much like putting on the mask first, and I mean the oxygen mask, not the shitty blue mask that doesn't do anything for you. Our audience knows they're good people.
I'm glad we clarified that. If you guys don't know our stance, we live in Texas.
But you have to help yourself first. And for years, my business struggled. And I remember I used to I'd bitch and moan about like, nobody knows I exist. And that's why my business sucks and blah, 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 which the statement was true. I didn't have a big enough pipeline. There weren't enough people that knew I was in business. There weren't people that knew where I operated or what I did. But that was my own damn fault. It had nothing to do with anyone else. And it was me looking to place blame and not showing up and being as present as possible in what I was doing. And when that realization really hit, and it probably wasn't a moment, it was probably gradual. But once I started to understand a little better about what I actually can control and how I can show up, that's when things got better. And I think, it's easy to hide in social media. It's easy to, point the blame and place, the onus on other things. But at the end of the day, it really is on us. And, Jon, you and I work with so many coaches, and this is something that we see a lot of is people just not showing up for themselves first.
Yeah. And I think there's a point where in your life, and this part is just getting older and being in the game, is being selfish in the right ways and then in the right areas. Because, when you're first starting out, we get in this business because we want to help people, right? And then we realize we need to make money too, so we can keep doing the helping people part, right? And when you're out there and you're giving away all of your time, that like helping people, whatever level that they're at, it might be a client, it might be a prospect online, maybe someone who dropped off, whatever that may be, you start realizing that all of your energy and your time gets zapped up. And this is how you wake up every day feeling like it's Groundhog Day and you're doing the same thing over and over, but you're not making any progress. Well, the reason that is you need to be selfish with certain things and make sure that you're taken care of first. You cannot spill the good things that you have to offer this world if you're not investing in filling up your own cup every single day. So, prime example, I don't take calls before 11 a.m. My morning is for me and only me. And that's where I get my workouts. That's where I do my gratitude. That's where I listen to what I need to listen to. That's where I set up my post for today. And that is dedicated Jonathan time, and nothing's going to move that because I can't show up for everyone else if I'm not showing up for myself. And that starts first thing in the morning for me.
I love that because it establishes the boundaries. And, the fear that I see a lot of fit pros have and in people in other service industries too is, they think by saying, hey, I'm only available at this time, or I only do this at this time, that they're going to lose business. But, people will do business with us in the way that we tell them. If you go to a restaurant and they're not open for breakfast, then you're just not going to have breakfast there.
Yeah.
If you really love their food, and you know that they open up at 11, 11:30, 12, they're only open from lunch to dinner or whatever, but you enjoy what they do, then you're going to go and be a patron at their business during their business hours. You don't go at 2 a.m. and go, damn it, how come y'all aren't open? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And so, by having those strong boundaries and saying, look, this is how I operate, this is what I offer, for you fitness coaches that are online, yes, you have to be available, but you get to choose your availability.
Right.
You can have office hours if you want. You can scope, or you can craft your offerings any which way you want. And it allows you, like Jon was just saying, allows you time for yourself, because again, we look at it from the service side of things, and it's a selfless, act that we're doing. But at the same time, if you're just running yourself ragged, if you're working from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., the old trainer schedule, well, that's just what we got to do. You're going to get run down real fast, and you're going to get real tired of it.
Yeah. And just most people are takers. They're not givers. Everybody shows up for the free handout, right? Every single damn time. And that's why going to and I'm about to go on a tangent, but it's why going to BNI and all these bullshit networking meetings and a bunch of broke motherfuckers trying to get business from each other, but no one's actually coming to the table with a plate of food. And that's why you got to make sure you're taking care of yourself, because if you're constantly putting your plate of food out there, you're not going to have anything but the bones to pick from. You got to make sure you eat first. And eating first is that what do you need to do to invest in yourself to make sure that you're getting better every day? Is it your workout routine? Is it some mindset that you're going through? Is it that you signed up for a course of some shape or form that, you made a commitment that you were going to go through that was going to help level up a certain skill set? And that could be business, that could be personal, whatever that may be. But Mark, you see it too. How many times we see people in the masterminds that we're in that are like, they're ghosts for 6-7 months or even years. And they're like, yeah, I haven't done anything yet, and I have a confession to make. It's like, why the fuck did you sign up? Yeah. I've been sitting on this for years. But it's crazy. I see it happen all the time with people. And it's insane to me that you would make that commitment to that, but you won't even show up for yourself and then expect things to change.
I think part of the problem that I've seen over the years is just trainers not treating their business like a business. And a lot of that goes back to, we don't have a business background. Nobody taught us business when we were getting our certifications, all those things. But at some point when you come to that realization, then you can shift it in that moment. You can be like, oh shit, I haven't been treating this like a business. I need to treat it like a business. And then you go figure it out. And I don't mean that flippantly. Like, there's obviously ways to figure it out. There's people to look up to, there's courses, there's books, there's inexpensive ways to start to quote unquote figure it out. But, it's this like side hobby mentality of like, well, I just love helping people. And I really have a passion for health and fitness. And I think I'll go be a trainer, but not understanding that whatever realm you get into in life is going to be work. Like no one makes a decent living, a fortune, whatever, without putting in some work and some effort. And that selfishness comes in treating it in that way and doing what's necessary. You wouldn't sign up a client and then expect them to not show up. Like somebody walks in your gym or somebody contacts you online. They're like, hey, I need to get in shape. You're like, awesome. You get them all signed up and then they ghost. They're gone. Right. Well, they're not going to get results. That. So why would you expect anything different from you and your business if you're not willing to show up for yourself first?
Yeah. And I think it's just where you just get honest and real with yourself. Right. And it's the same thing you're asking your clients to do. Like a lot of times, like how many times, Mark, if you had someone sign up for 2 times a week and like, that just ain't working. Like, yeah, that was the plan, but they're not doing what they need to do outside of that, or they need this other piece. Versus just get real honest with yourself about here's what I'm willing to do. And here's what I honestly need. And then it gets really damn simple to figure out, well, what's the path to get there? And when we're doing that for our clients, we're going to make sure they have a great experience and make sure that they're going to be successful. And it's no longer about the money. It's about solving a problem. And then most importantly, when you do it for yourself, it makes it really damn clear what you need to focus on to get help on. right? Versus chasing the shiny object and going, well, this course will solve this, or hiring this coach will solve this, versus just get real damn clear and honest with yourself about what are you willing and not willing to do. And then it becomes a lot easier to fill in those gaps.
So let's talk a little bit about what that showing up really looks like. So I got a list here a little bit. Number one, I think it starts with core values, and we can't hammer this home enough. One of our good friends and coaches and mentors, Thomas Keenan, wrote a whole book about core values called Unfuck Your Business. So go grab that book. But when I got crystal clear on that, man, it was a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a strong set of core values, it allows you to have a filter that leads to all your decision making. So anytime something comes in your path, anytime something needs to be done, you can look at those values and go, okay, does this align? Is this part of me and the way I operate, or is it not? And a lot of the stuff that we waste our time on goes away because you're like, okay, that's not serving me at all. It's not serving my life, my family, or my business. And it all rises and falls with those core values.
No, absolutely. It's your litmus test for everything that you do. I think Simon Sinek called it the celery test when he talks about that, but he's talking about the same thing. It's getting really clear on what is the most important things to you and what you value and what you hold dear. And then it does make it easy to show up because now you know which things you need to be showing up for.
The next thing, and you kind of mentioned this a little bit already in your daily routine, is gratitude. I can't hammer this home enough either of how important daily gratitude is. And we're talking about writing it down, not just like thinking about it or saying it in your head, but like physically writing it down somewhere, because it helps lend perspective. And as a business owner, we all have our ups and downs, and there's times that things suck, and the sale didn't go through, and somebody asked for a refund, and the consult ghosted you, and somebody kicked your dog, and you just go down the list. But again, if you're listening to this, you have a lot to be grateful for, and in that daily routine of expressing that gratitude really helps keep the rest of your day in perspective when things go sideways.
Yeah, I think for me, and you notice about me, this has been one of my biggest areas of opportunity. I came from an upbringing where I got stinking thinking like deeply embedded into my brain, and that was part of my upbringing. Which, by the way, I love my family. I'm not pointing fingers, but it's something I've had to work really damn hard on. And as I focus on stacking wins, and some days it's you got a big sale. Some days it's like I made my bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like sometimes the days are harder than others to find the wins. But when you focus on those wins, you're rewiring your mindset to start looking for other wins, which then opens up opportunities. And as you see more opportunities that were probably staring you right in the face, you just weren't seeing them clearly. It allows you to get bigger and bigger and bigger wins over time. So yeah, absolutely. Like stacking the wins and your gratitude is a great way to show up for yourself every day and make sure that you're progressing, moving forward each week.
And I think we've probably discussed this a little bit before, but that when you operate with that grateful mindset, it comes across in the way that you talk. So again, as a salesperson on the sales side of this, when you're talking to someone about your services, they sense that tone in your voice, whatever the tone may be. And whether they realize it or not, or whether you realize it or not, it's a factor in that process of whether or not they're going to work with you. So if you're like, man, I woke up this morning, I feel great. And and here's all the things I'm grateful for. Oh, sweet. We're going to get on a call. I'm excited. They're going to hear that excitement and respond to it. So it's huge. I think the next thing, very specific to fitness professionals, is get your damn workout in.
Yeah.
Holy Lord, is it easy to not work out and work in a gym?
You're telling me. It's damn near impossible.
And just like anything else that's important, again, these are things we tell our clients. We're like, hey, put it in your schedule, make it an appointment, make it a non-negotiable. Yet here we are as fitness professionals, sometimes not doing that. And again, your workout could be whatever you want it to be. If you're a runner, go run. If you do yoga, do yoga. Like if you love slinging weights, sling weights, but make it a consistent part of your day, because for us in our craft, like I know when I'm on my game, when I'm working out consistently, I train better. I write better workouts. I coach better because I'm in it. I'm feeling the discomfort. And for whatever reason, it allows me to speak to that with my clients way better when they're like, hey, that workout really sucked. I'll be like, yeah, I know, I did it last week.
Right.
But there's some empathy that you can have with people that I think just kind of goes away when you're not doing that consistently.
Well, it just makes you within integrity, and when you're walking what you're talking, then yeah, everything else gets enhanced from that. And, if you're just starting out, some of y'all working out too much and you're not doing the other things. So don't take that and be like, oh, Mark and Jonathan told me go work out. Got it. And then you work out 3 hours a damn day when you don't need 3 hours. So don't go too far with it. But for the people that are out here grinding and you're putting in the time and you've got your 6, 8, 10 people a day and you're letting this day go by where you don't work out or it's a bullshit workout, start rearranging your days, because that is a slippery slope. And I've been down that slope and it's hard as fuck to climb back up. It's not fun. So before you catch yourself slipping, start you lifted. See what I did there?
I like that.
That was good. That was good. No, that's going in the meme for sure.
That's great. The next part, showing up, know your damn numbers. Oh my God, how many coaches don't know their business? And when I say know your numbers, there's a couple of different things that I encourage people to do. Number one, look at your bank account every day. Every day. One of the first things I do in the morning in my routine is pull up my bank accounts and see how much money's in there. A couple of reasons. Number one, in case there's fraud. So that's nice. But to me, it's a motivator. And, it takes me back to times where I didn't want to look at my bank account because I knew what wasn't there, and that was money. And it made me sad. And so, I think understanding what that looks like on a daily basis and knowing where you want it to be, to me, it's a huge motivator. And again, for us, again, as a service provider, your paycheck is a direct reflection of how many people you're serving. The more people you're coaching, the more people that are investing in your programs, typically the more people that you're actually helping and making a difference in the world. So if you're frustrated with the amount of money you make or the lack of money that you're making, knowing that number on a daily basis helps. And then the other numbers is truly looking at your revenue, your clients, how many clients do you have? What's the average per month that they pay you? How much money are you making from external things like supplements, merchandise, and all that? And really understand, and this goes back to understanding the business side of things so you can grow. Because if you don't know those things and you start scaling, it's going to get away from you really, really fast. And you're going to find yourself back in the same spot you started at.
Yep. The path is in the math, always.
I love it. It's so simple.
Simple.
And the last thing I have, and of course, there's all kinds of stuff for showing up for yourself, but in this day and age, it's showing up on social media. And, this is something that Jon and I, we teach a lot of this in our coaching group, in our Fit Pro Collective. We teach a lot of this with anybody really that'll listen. And we've been taught a lot of this from our mentors as well, of the power of social media and what it looks like to show up in that manner. And showing up on social media doesn't mean that you're nonstop posting your workout and posting about health and fitness all the time and just fucking beating people over the head with it, because nobody wants that. What it means is you are willing to put yourself out there and say, hey, here I am. Here's my life. Here's what I had for lunch today. Here's Jim the cat. Here's my family. Oh, by the way, I do some stuff in the gym. Here's my, here's a client success story. And it's just there's a cadence to it. It takes a little bit of time, but subconsciously what that does for prospective clients is it shows who you are and that you are willing to show up. And if you're willing to show up for yourself, people start to put two and two together and go, man, okay, that guy's out there and that girl's out there and she's working hard and she's spending time with her family and she's talking about how grateful she is and she's showing a little bit of her struggles. That's a person I would like to do business with. Mm-hmm. This is the easiest way that any of us have in gaining business is social media. It's the biggest audience you'll get in front of every single day. And it's the most attentive audience you'll get in front of every single day. You know, people want to be entertained, people want to be motivated, people want to be encouraged, and you have the opportunity to do all those things and show people the human element of this. So you're not the 8-pack ab guy, hey, buy my shit. Like, you're a real human being with emotions that gets the people that you're trying to draw into your circle and into your business.
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback off that because I think a lot of people, when they do make the leap to showing up online, you're doing it just for the money, and people can tell. Like, you're just showing up because you just want to generate leads, you want to make sales. And don't get me wrong, nobody wants to generate leads and make sales more than me. I actually built a whole business around it, right? But when we talk about showing up online, it's showing up for yourself, because if you're doing that aspect of things, you got into fitness, you got in this because there's probably some sort of vision or mission that you're on to help a specific type of group of people, right? And when you're not showing up every day and you're showing up, oh, I'm showing up for them, well, people are going to let you down. You're going to have a post you do that gets 100 likes and then do another one where only your wife or your mom likes it. If you're doing it for them, get ready to go on an emotional roller coaster that you're going to want to get off as fast as you can. But if you do it from the perspective of, I'm making a commitment to show up every single damn day and to beat this drum that we're going on, to sharing the mission and the vision of what we're doing, why we're doing it. Here's my life. Here's what I'm doing. I'm sharing the story of who I'm becoming in the process. It's no longer about them. You're doing it for you. And what happens is you actually start to attract a crap ton of people that resonate with that. And then you make this crazy thing called money as a byproduct by doing all these things. Crazy how that works.
It's insane. A really great example just came to mind. Our friend and client, Kirsten, you know, she's a coach. Her and her husband own a gym down in Houston. And she just got invited to speak at a sold out conference next year. And that woman is on social media every day, just sharing life. You know, some of it's fitness related. She'll show her workouts, but she's showing her crazy kids and her family and their RV trip across the country. But she's just being a real human being. And you never know who's paying attention. You never know who's listening. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, she got an opportunity to go speak, which obviously she's taking advantage of that. But it's because she chose to show up.
Right.
And that's it. You know, obviously she got to be good at what she does. But, you know, on top of that, she chose to be present, and she's being rewarded for it.
Yep. Funny how that works when you show up for yourself every day. Good things start to happen.
So that's my list.
Yeah. And here's the biggest thing to take away from this. There may be some of these things on this list that you're like, okay, I haven't been doing that, or maybe you already are. The most important thing that comes from showing up for yourself is your confidence goes up. And when your confidence goes up, everything goes up in your life. So this is about doing this for you. You ain't doing it for me. You ain't doing it for Mark. You ain't doing it for even your clients. You're doing it for you. And as you fill up your own cup, that cup of shall flow over, and then you're able to help everyone else around you.
Yes, sir. So, you know, I usually ask the billboard question at the end of our episodes. You know, if you could have a message on a billboard for everyone to see, what would it say? Well, today it would say, "Shut the fuck up." Answer my own damn question.
Love it. Love it.
Man, I love jamming out with you, homie. It's always a good time. I hope you guys got value out of this. Take some notes. It's funny, you know, Jon and I have been doing this for really quite a while now. I mean, it's not really that long, but you know, I'm kind of good at this thing.
It's been about 7 months.
Yeah.
Started in December.
Yep. So 8 months. Yeah. And we really enjoy this, and we really hope you guys are getting value out of it. So please, you know, share this, subscribe, and honestly, like, truly leave reviews, because that's what helps us get better. You know, we'll run our mouth all damn day about whatever we want, but you know, if we get feedback from you guys of what you like or what you don't like or what you'd like to see more of, you know, we're here to help, and that's the bottom line with this. So Jon, close this baby out, man.
I'm going to sum it up in one sentence. Show up for yourself so you can go get paid what you're worth. Yeah. Damn good episode. damn good.